Today, I'm going to share the story with you behind the sale of 3143 Studebaker Road in Long Beach. And gosh, I had been to that house over 20 years many times, dropping off flyers, saying hi to Jane who lived there. And when it came up that Jane was now in a home and it needed to be sold, I reached out to her daughter and we started talking. And the first kind of point of this is that there was no trust in place. And a lot of people feel like they don't have to have a trust if they have a will or something like that. That's 100% not the case. Without a trust, even in Jane's situation where she just became incapacitated, she had dementia. Now, as soon as she's diagnosed with that incapacity, now nobody is able to sell the property. So her daughter had to go for a conservatorship through the courts, which you had to hire an attorney, takes money, takes time, and got through that whole process. And then Jane passed away. Now she had to go back to court, do the whole thing all over again for probate. So it was very costly and stressful and frustrating and time consuming. The whole time she was waiting to get this property sold. In the meantime, I've looked at the property with her and did a walkthrough, and it was really in a state of disrepair. Jane was so sweet and she helped take care of her grandkids, but she just didn't really have the means at that point to do some of the things that needed to be done. So it needed quite a bit of work. At that point, Charlotte, her daughter, and I had talked that really it was kind of all or nothing. Sometimes you can find that midway approach to just do a few things, but it was so bad. She either needed to just sell it as a fixer, in which somebody else is going to make that profit, or she was going to have to do the work, which she said they didn't have the money to do. Additionally, there was a reverse mortgage, and I didn't know if there was enough equity to even get it sold and paid off on the loan. So, she's working through everything with the trust, or not with the trust, with the probate. And all of a sudden she called me, and it was really one of the kind of high points of my whole year. She said, "Sharon, you're going to be so proud of me and so happy." She said, "My brother's given us the money and we can fix up the house." So it just really made me happy that she knew, first of all, that I'd be happy for her, but also that they could do it. So we got a contractor in there who's kind of one-stop shop. He did everything. The house just looked beautiful. Now, to back up, yes, she's going to make more money. But even more importantly, and I get so excited about this, is that house represented the end of an era for that entire family. The grandkids went off, the daughter's now without a mom. And to sell a home when you're kind of embarrassed and you don't want it to be that way, it's not a good feeling. So to fix it up and put it on the market in its glory days, like all the neighbors, I've never had so many neighbors come through an open house in my life because they were so excited to see what had been done to that property. So it really made them all feel great. Charlotte was just ecstatic. And so of course, they made a good profit on it. And we had a couple offers right away. We had to really hone in on those offers because we had people at that point that were making multiple offers on properties, but not telling you. And then you accept their offer and they say, "Oh, sorry, we went to another offer." So I really had to do my homework. Our first offer was a cash offer. He wanted to live there. And he actually ended up, after he did his inspection, he thought he should get $60,000 back on his price, which is never going to happen. So we had to get rid of him. Another couple more people were making offers, but they weren't real offers. And then we finally got the right buyer in there. The agent was great. The buyer was great. They were such a good fit for the neighborhood. And, it's really neat. I drive by there now and the property has a new life. And that's just one of my favorite parts of my job. So that is the story of the property. And if you ever have any questions, just reach out.